Talking with us tonight, more U.S. children live in poverty now than before the Great Recession.
Hard to believe, isn't it? 22% of American children were living in poverty in 2013 compared to 18% in 2008. Well, the rates are nearly double for African American and Native American children, and problems are said to be the most severe in the South and Southwest. The figures come from a new report from the Annie E. Casey Foundation, a child advocacy group.
Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Northeast Wisconsin. From 2011 to 2013 in Brown County, there were more than 9,600 children, or 15.8%, living in poverty. Now in 2007, that number was just 13.5%. And in Winnebago County, 5,700 children lived in poverty from that same time period. That's now at 16.6%. And you can compare that to 2007, when just 11.1% of those kids lived in poverty. And joining us live now is Stacy Schlemmer with the Service League of Green Bay. So Stacy, you work with children who are at risk for being in poverty. What do you take away from these numbers?
Well, unfortunately, poverty is real. It is in our community. It's just a matter of bringing it to people's attention so that they realize that they can do something about it. Just because it exists doesn't mean it has to continue existing. And
Brown County, Winnebago County, these are still pretty big numbers, 15, 11%. In those counties, Milwaukee County was super high as well.
I think it's shocking for up here, though, don't you?
And that's what I was going to say. People think of this in big cities,
right,
but it still happens in Green Bay, Appleton, everywhere like that.
Yes, the problem is real. It's in our communities. A lot of people go about their lives day to day and they never run into it, so it doesn't exist. But now, thanks to these studies that come out and you bringing it to people's attention, hopefully more people can take note that it does exist, and there are opportunities to help so that these kids don't have to just become another statistic, and it doesn't have to become a circle.
You are a family law lawyer as well, too. What types of things do you see from children who are living in poverty? What kinds of things are they susceptible to?
Well, unfortunately, there are a lot of kids living in poverty. I've practiced law in most of eastern Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin, up to northeastern Wisconsin. And unfortunately, a lot of these kids are growing up in single-parent homes, which makes it more difficult for parents to be maybe as involved with their kids as they would like to, because they're trying to earn a living, pay bills, things like that. So these kids slide into these situations where they're not getting to school on time. They're not doing well in school because they're not getting their homework done. There's not a parent there to help them.
So it's just one of these snowball effects. Now, you work with Service League of Green Bay. Tomorrow we're working on a story with you for Back to School. This store, what other things?
I've done this with them. It's amazing.
What
every volunteer gets one of the little kids basically and takes them through. It's cool.
So is this something for these children who are living in poverty, something they can take part in?
Yes, it is an awesome experience for these kids. It is one of the most rewarding volunteer experiences that I've had and that a lot of our volunteers have had. Just being able to walk these kids through the store that we set up at East High School. They get to pick out a new outfit for back to school. They get to pick out their own backpack. They get to pick out their own school supplies, new shoes. And a lot of these kids have never known what it feels like to pick out their own new outfit or new shoes. So to see the expressions on their face and to see their faces just light up is awesome.
I know some coaches, some basketball coaches and football coaches in the area at some of these schools, and they've given their kids rides home after practice. And the player, a star player at times, some really star players, be like, "Coach, can we stop at the gas station and get dinner?" Come out with a bag of chips. And it's like, "That's your dinner for that?" "Yeah, that's my dinner for tonight. I'm okay."
It's all around.
It's really surprising.
It is all around, and we just have to be aware of it.
But what the Service League does is pretty cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacey. We appreciate it. If you would like to see a full list of counties and numbers and get some more information about the Service League of Green Bay, just visit our website, NBC26.com, and click on this story.